Yo, what's up guys, it's Trey back in to do a review for Thor. I'm going to be reviewing the movie. I did a little bit late now, but that's okay. It came out last week and I just decided I would get a review up and get my thoughts out there on how I thought the movie was. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. I didn't have high expectations for it right off the bat. When I heard they were doing, Thor movie and that kind of stuff, lead up to the Avengers, I was kind of like, it should be okay, but it's not something like I'm not a huge Thor fan. I am a big Avengers fan, but not a huge Thor fan by himself. But I thought that the movie held up really well. Really had some good, introduction to get people into the Avengers and that kind of stuff. So I think that was really good. A few things I want to comment on. Overall, I'd say that the movie, I'll just give you my score right off the bat. Basically, I felt it was a 7.5. It did surprise me, and I did like it, really good. And it was a really good movie. To get it over that extra little bit, I would have liked to have seen more action scenes. I would have liked to have seen, a little bit more fighting scenes near the end with Thor and the Destroyer. I mean, he kind of like spoilers here, I guess you could say. Basically, when he was fighting the Destroyer, he just kind of like breaks him up into like a storm cloud, and basically hammers him a couple of times and drops him. I would have liked to have seen a few more lightning strikes and that kind of stuff, and maybe just when he goes down after the Destroyer goes down, Thor just take the hammer and just throw down a lightning strike on him or something. That just would have been cool to see that, a little bit more usage of the lightning. Right off the bat, in the first act, you see a good action scene with Thor and Loki as they pretty much go to the Frost Knights. I thought that was really, really well done. Very good scene. I just would like to see a little bit more action throughout the rest of the movie because, especially near the end, there wasn't too much action. I think they could have done a little bit more with the Destroyer armor and that kind of stuff. So that would have been cool. But overall, the movie was really good. It surprised me a lot. I didn't think it was going to be that good. And it turned out to, surprise me. And it was a really, really good flick. Really enjoyed it a lot. I would recommend going to see Thor, for anybody who's a comic book fan, anybody who's read, Thor, wants to see the Avengers, to get that whole experience with Loki and everything, because a lot of people are saying that Loki could be the villain for the Avengers. There's a scene after the credits with him, and, I don't want to spoil anything. So, if you haven't seen the after credits scene, you might want to go check that out. But yeah, it was a very good movie. I liked it a lot. Highly recommend it to everybody. Some other things I wanted to touch on. I thought that the actor Chris Hemsworth, he did a really good job as Thor. I felt like he looks like Thor. You know what I mean? Like if you see him, he looks just like Thor from the comic books. And whereas Chris Evans is Captain America, I don't know. You know what I mean? With Chris Evans, we'll have to wait until you see the movie. But just as a casting choice, sometimes it's really important. Who you cast as the main character for sure. One of the most important things about any kind of superhero movie or any kind of movie at all is who you cast as the main character and that kind of stuff. Chris Hemsworth really felt like Thor. He looks like Thor. You know what I mean? Whereas Chris Evans, his hair color's not even the right color. He's got the wrong hair color, and as you can see from the shots in the movie, they're not going to change that. So just some little things like that. It's like hair dye costs $10 at Shoppers Drug Mart or at Rexall. Like, go freaking buy the guy some hair dye and get him the right hair color. It's the same thing as some of the older Batman movies. You've got Batman's got like Val Kilmer stuff like blonde hair. You know what I mean? It's like, buy the guy hair dye. Christ's sake. I don't know if the actors don't want to do it or whatever, but just for me personally, like, the character should have the right hair color. And Chris Hemsworth really does look a lot like Thor. The actor who played Loki was great. I thought he did a really good job, and Odin was really well done too, as well as Jane Foster and that kind of stuff. There's some funny moments in the movie, but I didn't really think it was all that funny. There was a couple of them, but overall it's a really solid movie, a really good movie. It's not earth-shattering. It's not Batman: The Dark Knight. It's not Iron Man 1, but I think it's probably better than Iron Man 2, and I think it's probably better than most of the superhero movies out there. And another thing I want to comment on too is that Asgard looks really good. It doesn't look fake at all. It doesn't look like that was something I was really worried about. When you go to Asgard, is it going to look like is it going to look ridiculous? You know what I mean? And it didn't. It looked really, really good. I thought that it looked like it should. It looked pretty realistic. I mean, as much as you could make it look realistic, I guess you could say. So yeah, I guess that's my little review for Thor. I don't want to go on for too long, but definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I really enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy Thor? Did you like it, or did you hate it? See you guys. Peace.